So we are back with Kickin Tha Breezz, part 4. And Marvin, you are late.
Marvin is not late.
He is late.
Amanda, why are you so rough with Marvin?
Cause I have nobody else to pick on.
Marvin, she loves you. She loves you.
We're brothers.
Marvin loves y'all too.
We're happy and we're singing and we're
Brother gonna get me, Miss Judy. He know he gonna get him too.
Well, I'm the good one. I'm the easy one. Amanda acts up something so terrible. And look what y'all, I covered up tonight. Because, you know, sometimes I be like...
You just want to speak and see.
I believe you have a piece of jewelry over here that you with them.
I had, girl, you wouldn't believe the type of jewelry and stuff I have. I do.
I like it.
Thank you.
Can we say exhibitionist?
That's what my husband told me. When he first met me, yeah, he said, did you know you're an exhibitionist? And I'm like, what is an exhibitionist? So I had to look the word up. Hey, glad you're back, baby.
Hello, everyone.
Who is that?
She said, who is that? I can't see. You have to come look at it.
Oh, I'm on my way. I just see clearly.
Andre Wilson is watching.
Okay, hey.
Is it bring him on? I'm
Part 4.
on this.
Get out your feelings. And you know what? And we running it into relationships because so many relationships would work so much better if we loved ourselves and if we learned to respect the other party. And don't mind speaking. You know what? You can say what you want to say without cussing somebody out or really talking dog to them. Because you know I say what I want to say, and I have been like that for a minute.
In 1968, you could do all that, and I'm just like,
Amanda, and what did you want to say to Marvin on the way back, Amanda? Is Marvin on there yet?
Marvin is, but hold on. I want to say something. Dang, it's trying to slip my mind. You said it earlier about relationships. Oh, about relationships and happiness. And, you know, Jada Pinkett has the red table.
Yeah.
And I think that what her and Will said to each other one time, I thought it was amazing. Because you said a lot of times we look for the other person to define what our happiness is.
To validate us, yeah.
And Will said, Jada's happiness is not my responsibility. And when he first said it, I was so offended. I was like, what you mean? That's your wife. You're supposed to make her happy. But the reality of it is that my happiness is what pleases me from the inside out. How do I work on my emotions that I'm meant to, no matter what you say to me, because you know, you'll see where men or women say, I always tell her she's beautiful, or I always tell her this, but she got to know for herself. And it took a while, because I was like, well, that'll make sense. But it made so much sense. So while we're looking for validation in our spouses and in other people, or in social media, or in Vibe magazine, or what's going on page 6, or whatever that show is called, like, you gotta find that stuff up in you. Because, honey, it used to be, if you was a big girl, you used to be talked about. And way before Lizzo, you had people who made, Queen Latifah was one of the first big girls to come on the scene that paved the way of beauty. And now you got Haynes and
but not on that,
and my sister, baby, honey, she ain't never.
I know that's right.
Big girl ain't never. She always said she didn't know she a beautiful black woman, big, sexy black woman.
I know that's right.
I ain't mad at it, but you know what? And before then, and people didn't know it, Mae West was a big woman.
Who is
Mae West, she used to be the white woman with the blonde hair, and she used to have that side word, I forget what she used to say. But she's, you know, and she always had an umbrella, and she had this air about her. And she was a big woman. She was not a small woman. So you have to know who everybody's not born with a skinny frame. All men don't like skinny women. All men don't like big women. And the thing with me, I've been on both ends of the narrow. I've been size 10 to size 22 like I am now. You know, but you have to be happy with who you are.
And make it
work.
work.
You have to learn to be happy with yourself. And when you said you got mad at Will for saying his Jada's happiness didn't depend on him. I remember when I got mad when a man told me that my happiness he wasn't responsible for my happiness, and I got to the hill. But you learn he was telling the truth. But it backfired on him too.
Oh,
because
was an entrapment.
Yeah, sometimes men be like, they want you to feel like, here come that crying part. And I had to deal with so many times. You act like you don't need me. What do you need me for? What? I'm not saying that I don't need you.
I don't want to be so needed.
Yeah.
I do want to be wanted.
Yeah.
Because when you just need it, there's no connection. There's no intimacy.
But when you are wanted,
when you are wanted,
like the man of God said, he said there's
a man of God.
The one you read, he says a difference in need and want.
Oh.
Yeah, it is a difference in need and want.
I thought you were talking about Marvin.
Yeah. Marvin alone.
Oh, Marvin, we with you. I just had to, while that was fresh on me, I had to, shout that out because that was real and that was really good. Yeah. But back to you, my friend. Marvin said sometimes they want you to, the other person, they want you to get out of character and talk funky to them. Men like women thick to death with a rump, able to do the tip drill. Sometimes they confuse needy from you know what, Marvin?
I understand everything
I think I do too.
Yeah.
Is you saying that some women like a man to be mean to them? Because I had a friend like it. Or jump on them to feel like they love them? Is that what you're talking about?
No, he's talking about tip drill and being kind of thick so they have something to put some pressure on.
But before then he said, but was sort of kind of what Miss Lisa said, but before then he said, some of them want the other person to get you out of character and talk.
Yeah, and I have seen that too. That's where you control yourself. Because sometimes that's how people play you against yourself. They already done told their friends and stuff that you go off and you be acting crazy. And they
want to take it nowhere.
Yeah, and they know how to push a button, so they'll say something to you, and then you roll your neck. Who you think you talking to? I have done all of that, and I learned a different way, baby.
Yeah.
I do not respond the way people think I should. Amanda, you done see me in action. I won't do it anymore. That's because I won't give you any power.
That's right.
I won't do it. You learn.
I saw her with a full smile, and then it was steam coming from up out of her hair. And I looked at her, and I said, you upset, aren't you? And she said, yes. And I said, oh, she gonna burn this place down. We gotta go.
But
I ain't never seen nothing like that before.
I put a picture up the other day and I said, didn't they tell you the smiling faces tell lies? I was furious.
I was like,
I saw that picture.
Oh, thank you, yeah.
So pretty.
Yeah, but I was mad. I was so angry. And that was the point. Didn't they tell you the smiling faces tell lies? And the thing that people that knew me, I did not show my teeth. I had my lips pulled, but I was smiling with my eyes. I was angry. I was furious. I was so angry. Like I tell you, I could have took that trash. I would have went over there, took that trash. That's what I was mad about. I was angry because you don't desecrate God's grass.
Yes.
I was going to go over there and knock that trash in the alley and throw it back in the yard where it came from. There was a time when I would have done that and would have been cussing and everything, but it wouldn't have benefited me.
It's all like you said.
And
it's just the way you handle things now.
And then I want to thank those gentlemen because there were two men. One man had a hauling business, which I probably will call you, but they offered to help. Rudy was one of them. You offered to come and clean it up for me. And I want to say thank you because, a lot of times people get overlooked in situations like that. So thank you so much, And that means those are men that were stepping up to the plate.
Yeah.
Right. Not to mention, I dare not say this, the chairman of our deacon board, I'll call JR. And JR was Johnny on the spot over there, so kudos to you too. So, as women, we have to do what we have to do, And part of getting out your feelings is making them moves. If you, what?
Tasha, girl, don't do it.
What she say?
Okay, wait. Marvin said, make sure you are on time. Man, don't don't worry about me. I still
You need to know.
get
That's
them
right,
checks.
Marvin. Keep her on point.
Get them
Keep
checks.
on point for the
He
joint.
said, what about the credit question? Look
Yeah,
at
that's
her
what I'm
response.
waiting on.
So Tosha said, Marvin, you gotta date a woman that match your fly. Tosha, let me tell you something, baby. You new to the Kickin Tha Breezz family. Do not respond to Marvin.
Yes, you can, Tasha.
Tasha.
Yes,
Oh,
you can.
my
And you were
God.
right. So you the only one that told him that because evidently he been dating below his credit
It
level.
sounds like he been down there at Silverado
Oh my God.
trying to find somebody because your response.
But wait a minute, it's some, I don't know about Silverados
Nah.
now.
They on Buchanan Street here.
Kiara, get your cousin, girl.
They so wrong, but you know what? I don't know about them, but there's a lot of people with a little change who just cheap that went down to visit the Silverado, okay? Back in the day. But you know what? And he has, Marvin, you have probably been dating outside of your
Of your fly, as Tasha said.
Yeah, and not only that, sometimes men and women date down because they don't know how to date up.
Right.
Maybe you need, and hopefully we're teaching you how to date up.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
It's like looking
equal
up.
to your yoke.
Yeah.
Equal to your standards. Equal to
Yeah.
your money.
But do you know what your standards really are? Because you got a good credit score don't mean that.
That's all them.
Yeah, that's what he keeps talking about. He
'Cause I have a
said,
good credit score, mommy.
uh,
Look at me, I'm single.
Uh-oh.
But I'm.
go ahead.
Oh,
Go
I ain't
on.
trying to, wait a minute, hold up, y'all. I'm trying to make a point.
And we start looking, go back your point, girl.
I'm going to be quiet.
And, you know, because I have dated under
In the past, I had
in
to.
my past. So now I'm taking my time. Because
You
somebody
know-
got to be on my level too.
You know, you know, I've been with my husband 40-something years, confession time a little bit. That was a time when I was not so right. And I ain't telling you all my business, okay? I'm just confessing
Well, I
something
got to
good
sip some tea.
for the
I'm
soul.
good, I'm good.
Yeah. And when you start dating above where you are, it's different. Because I dated above. I mean above B and him, okay? And when I found out, and it was really, I cheated. I cheated, y'all. But that was way back then in the early years, okay? And yeah, but I knew better, okay? But I was infatuated too.
Yeah.
That a man of that status.
Well, like you.
Yeah, because you think if you at a particular level that certain men, now I don't have a problem because men of every status like me, you know.
Well,
Think
that's
or not,
right,
you know,
that's
it's just
right.
that I know my position
Yeah.
and I stay in it. I'm a married woman. So now I keep myself in that position. But before then, when I was a little weak and, you know, and I really dated up, it was different. It is different when you have a man with what money is, it doesn't mean anything to him. And you can go here and you can go there and shopping sprees and things of that nature, you know. But sometimes when you know, then the thing of it is, you see their weaknesses, the comparison starts coming.
Yeah.
And you're looking at them and you're
Got
looking
mama
at them.
issues, alcoholic.
Yeah, so the money is not
Wanna tie
worth it.
you up in the house.
The status is not worth it, you know.
Yeah.
Won't you quit your job?
Yeah, but not only that, want you to leave your husband. So, you know, I'm like, do I leave my husband? And my husband eventually knew a little bit of something about it.
For all y'all who want to snitch.
Yeah, I ain't worried about you because he know his stuff is solid
These
now.
are my confessions.
Because it made him step it up, okay?
Okay.
And then, you know, I've never professed to be this perfect person.
No, that
But
is
I
true.
never told everybody my business either because all my business ain't your business. I share as I see fit. But then my husband eventually knew a little, and we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it because he know he kind of pushed me in that direction. You know, he didn't know he was pushing me in that direction, but he knew what he was doing was not right, and I just was not going to sit there. And I dated up, and dated up hurt his feelings. So, you know, sometimes you have to learn to date up and you have to handle yourself when you date up, because there are certain arenas that they take you in, and you know, and all of it was.
Remember, it set it off when Jada got with that baker.
Oh yeah.
And she showed up to his house looking like she was at the African Street Festival, and he was like, "Baby, no, hold on, we gonna be late."
yeah, you know, and it's a beautiful thing when a man goes and he buys without you even knowing that he's gonna give you a gift.
And he knows your size.
Girl, you better say
it. I mean, he took the time to study.
And I would never forget the first time he told me to meet him somewhere, and he had these gift wrapped boxes for me, and it was not even Christmas. And then when I unwrapped them, it was stuff like I couldn't believe, you know. And so he just turned me on to a whole lot of things of which I've not gone back from. You know, some of my tastes, my husband doesn't even know where I got it from, you know, because I ain't going to tell him.
Well,
y'all can try to tell it if you want to, but don't let me catch you.
Right. And the only snitch on here is Marvin. So Marvin
not gonna tell on Pastor.
Amanda is a hater. Then he said, I do date up, but they are not talking about Marvin said, I'm telling you, it ain't nobody for him. That's why I got to check the resume, because they ain't on my level. Pastor, you always keep it real. I respect you for that.
Thank you, baby.
Amanda just a hater, period.
He always tell you that you're always bothering him. And we do, y'all. Learn to date. If you're single, stop thinking you have to put yourself in particular circles.
Yes.
But believe it or not, sometimes men and women are at your local grocery store, and you're looking for them to dress a particular way, and they just dressing like everyday people.
I was in the park, and I said, dang, he must be going through something. He walked past me and got in a Tesla, and I was like, let me go over here and get in his car before I get in trouble. But you don't know. But take yourself to, you know, art exhibits and art crawls, and go sit in certain places. It don't always have to be.
Freeze.
Yeah.
The lady I work for, she's like money. Got this big old cast, a lot of superstars coming and recording and stuff. And you know, she done really, you know, got me back to like doing wonderful things. Going to the winery, going to bid at auctions, and you know, going to see Rembrandt, you know, all this different art, you know, and I've really been enjoying it, you know.
And you learn not to be afraid.
Yes, I'm around all these white rich people, you know, they got these.
Lisa, you know, get drafted, girl, so you can come in here. Yeah.
I'll stay where I'm at. I get you a truck.
She would love it. I mean, because you know, it's a good experience.
Yeah.
You know, something different. And
it is. And that's what we have to learn to do, even as couples. You know what I told my daughters? I said, let me tell you something. I said, and you can invest in a picnic basket. Or better yet, take you a good, sturdy cardboard box. Put a beautiful piece of cloth in it, you know? And make some bologna sandwiches, you know, with some cheese and even some, you know, wine glasses. We use, you know, we do this a matter. We drink milk out of our wine glasses. We drink Kool-Aid out of our wine glasses. You know, so much you can do, and some fresh fruit that's washed and everything. And go to the park and just have a picnic. You don't have to sit on the ground. One day, one of my daughters told me they went to the park on a picnic, and the squirrels were coming down.
Oh my God!
Partaking of their food.
Yeah.
You know, so it's such an adventure. You know, do something different.
And that's when you get out of your feelings.
And when you go out of town, don't do the same thing in every city. Research, you know, different places, and go in different sides of town, and try to make events that's going on in the city and stuff. Like when we used to go to West Virginia, every time we would go, it would be like some citywide event. And we would make sure that we didn't go down there and spend a whole bunch of money, but we just walked around and people would talk to us. We met people, and it was crazy because we met these people in Vegas, and they moved more east, and now they do art. Like the guy does art with Keith all the way from Vegas like 2 or 3 years ago. So you just never know who you know, make connections and stuff with. But it's good to know somebody in there.
And quit going to the same old parks. There's a park here called England Park. Have you been to England Park? England Park, it's I would say that's West Nashville. There's a park. Look it up. England. England Park. And it's like a nice little stream running through it. It's not very big from what I could see. And on parks we know, Shelby Park, Centennial Park, and Hadley Park.
Yeah.
Or Eastern Park.
And
No,
Percy
there's so many other
Percy
parks.
Breezz is so big.
Yes.
It's so many. We got so many like little beach spots and river spots and boat docking spots that we go to all around that big old river.
Go and rent a pontoon boat.
Oh,
Go
God,
rent
yes.
a boat.
If you get 5 people, y'all can split the cost of the boat.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
5
I
people.
want y'all to come see. I said, I want to give me that yacht.
Yes.
Oh, girl, you get that yacht,
Yeah, for my
I'll be there.
birthday.
I'll be
Yeah.
there.
That's
You
what I'm
know.
looking at.
That is fun.
Yeah,
You know, so there's so
yeah.
many things. Make
So
sure
many.
it's easy accessible because
Lord,
girl, I ain't too big on climbing, but I'll be a
Yeah.
climb, you know.
Lord. Marvin said, but I take my time dating because of having older kids, but eventually we'll settle down.
Yeah,
Pastor
because
Vic-
your children gonna be grown and then they gonna be going on about their own lives and then you be there by yourself.
He's gonna be an old grumpy and they be.
Oh,
No, I hope you don't be one of those old grumpy
That's
men.
it.
A lot of men have been good looking in their
Son,
younger
someone
years,
this should bend it over.
and then they get mad when you know.
Cause you're lonely, cause you dogged out women and all that.
Yeah.
And let me talk about getting out of your feelings. This is for some of you men. Some of you have ED issues, erectile dysfunction. You can still have. What's wrong with y'all?
You done told them they need the blue pill.
No, that's
What
not
Joe
even
would
what
say?
I
They
was
need
gonna say.
to get some stackers.
They are so wrong. That's not what I'm gonna say.
What makes you go secret?
Oh
No, I'm not gonna say that.
She said, young and old.
Yeah, young and old.
Yeah,
you
because
know,
you done done all that cocaine and you can't get into this.
some of them just they had the mumps and they failed. Okay, you know that's an old thing.
They done all that cocaine.
Now they doing all these pills. What's going on
Yeah,
with
yeah,
all
but
that?
because they don't know how to use their natural
Yeah.
stamina. But what I was trying to say before they started laughing about
It don't work.
men with erectile
Y'all ain't
dysfunction,
got that wop. Okay, I'll be quiet.
you can still have a happy
Yeah.
relationship with a woman, because really your relationship should not be based on sex anyway.
Yes,
Yeah.
lust.
Yeah.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
You
lust.
know, and a lot of men, believe it or not, they run around, they call it midlife crisis, and they running around, you know, with that whoremongering spirit because they thinking a woman can bring them back to life, and they don't realize that that's a physical thing.
Well, some of us got some of that regeneration. Okay, let me stop.
And you don't have to take a blue pill or anything like that, you
That's
know.
a mental thing. I
You
think.
better
You know,
get you some
it is
oysters.
physical. It is physical, y'all,
Some
as well
okra.
as mental. You know, you are bad.
And then you know what too? And if you get the right mate,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
You
they
know
have
what?
a
I
big
think the
part
right
with-
woman can make a man feel good, even if he's never even to get his man power back. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know, really. And he can have a happy life. And people say, well, there's other things to do, but you don't have to do all of that. Because sometimes at the end of the day, men, if you have been loving, you know, and that woman really loves you, she could just, if you're just willing to dance in the house with her, you know, y'all so wrong. I'm speaking for myself.
You sure is.
Yeah.
You sure right.
Really? Nah, she really
I
is
was
on
gonna do
that.
something, but it's gonna
I
get
ain't
me in
seen that
trouble.
part.
Oh, wait. Pastor Amanda.
I'm trying to help somebody.
Pastor
Listen to some music.
Amanda.
You so wrong.
Look here.
Well, maybe it's because I'm the older woman,
Right.
more seasoned woman,
I'm
okay?
seasoned too now.
Woo.
But y'all just,
Bad. Look,
y'all got him under their breath over
I
there.
am here.
I'm a loving and kind, sweet person now, but I don't know
What they say, I got knees too.
Well, you know what, like I said, for some of you men and women who have those issues, there is more than one way to make your spouse happy.
Right.
Sex is not the whole gamut of
When is
things.
your birthday?
December 28th. What did your other friend say about that? He said he got the dough.
Jonah.
Oh, Oh my God.
Jonah Samuels talking about if your walk don't work your well better. Jonah, you are a mess.
Lord.
I told y'all to
Come
do all
out.
this stuff, girl.
Let me read some of these comments. I am
Okay.
done with y'all today.
What?
Pastor, let me know when your ladies come. I need to make an appearance. No.
Okay, that's red. I'll let you know.
Amanda, I will go if you gon' pay. Boy, bye. You will never go nowhere in your life. Everybody laughing. That's not funny. I know nothing about that. I'm like Father Abraham. What does that mean? I can't have children till I die. They call me the marathon man, the energizer bunny. Who else is on here? 8-hour workout women be going to sleep early.
True.
Amanda, you are one of those women who tap out with Martin.
Don't feed
Stay
it.
in
Don't
your
feed
lane.
it.
I will not even address this. One, because my man probably watching. And two, because I don't have to address things like this because that is none of your business.
You ain't gonna be talking rough to
That
Marvin
ain't
like
none of
that.
his business.
Well,
my game is like,
well,
Marvin said, men got needs too. Y'all women go to sleep early.
only
Evangelist,
one or two times
baby.
when women go to sleep early, when you're boring or when she really been worked over. Or she ain't used to it.
Evangelist Baby is on here. Praise the Lord.
I love
Evangelist
her.
Baby.
Uh-huh.
Yes, there. Tasha said he off the chain. I done told you, Tasha.
I love the infamous Marvin. He's telling the truth. And Marvin speak his conversation is like
A
most
female.
Men. No, most men. It's like a female. That's where a lot of men talk. A lot of them. Now.
Marvin too old to be.
No, he's not. He talk what a lot of men talk. A lot of times women just won't listen to him. You know he's crying out for help.
No, we ain't talking about all that damn crying.
She snuck that one through. She got that one in.
Suave Marv.
Yeah, he is. Well, a lot of people think he is, you know.
So, Mom, I'm sure you get a lot of good advice from you all.
Well, he does. He doesn't. Then, like I said, Marvin brings out the best in Amanda because he's teaching her to be temperate.
Oh.
Fruit of the spirit, self-control.
Yeah, he's really.
Whoa, when I see you in the streets,
She ain't gonna bother you.
it's gonna be so
She ain't gonna bother you.
No.
But yeah, when the other red and get ready to come on Marvin, I'm gonna do just that.
He said he wants to come.
I know
He
he
bringing
told
the
me.
Calvary.
Oh yeah, that's what he said. We're gonna see.
Well, we want to get some for this foundation together then for Marvin and meet out.
He said when she
My
been worked
crew.
over, he said
The
my
Walls Foundation.
yes, he said my bodily functions work great.
That's what they all say, Marvin. I never met a man who said he wasn't a killer.
I almost threw up.
But the proof will be in the pudding, you know? And the truth of it is, most women can last longer than men, period. Because we don't have your tool, and what it takes for us, it doesn't, you know, what you have.
Y'all need
it
breaks.
doesn't take that for us.
When
No,
y'all
they need
explode,
blood. They
when
need
y'all
blood
yeah,
flow.
That's
when
it.
once y'all explode, y'all be like, give me 10 minutes.
Give me 10 minutes.
That's universal talk.
And then, it's mostly, like you said, they blood flow.
Yeah, they need that blood flow, you know, because...
So that's why they could call a lot of people the men.
Hi, little sister.
The rubber band.
Amanda don't hate. Amanda don't hate. Facts. Never no complaints. It gotta be some complaints. You're single. You out here begging for your man.
You ain't begging,
Hi,
Marvin.
sister.
You're not begging.
Joy is on here.
Hey, Joy, God's great Joy.
I exercise and eat healthy. Good for you.
But you know, just
And
because you
that's good.
exercise and eat healthy doesn't mean necessarily that you got that killer power. It does not.
Yeah. You got any sickness like high blood pressure, diabetes?
But they ain't gonna tell you that.
Nah.
Only
Only when they get embarrassed. Well, you know I got them sugar. What is them sugar? What is
Man, I ain't had nobody tell me that.
Well, I don't know.
You know, hey, well, you know, they do need to take a break every now and then.
That is so funny.
What?
Okay. He said, give me some yak, I break your back.
My Marvin, if you don't stop
no
that.
brown liquor around Marvin, y'all. So while y'all secretly in his inbox,
but you know the power of really, and I'm going to say when you're married, I'm going to throw that in there. The power of that is when you don't need any intoxicant, no drink, no smoke, no pill, no nothing, and you can go at it with a clear mind.
Yes,
That's some good relationship.
And that comes to actually, that's when you really should evaluate whether or not you're attracted to that person.
True.
When you're sober.
That's good.
Because if you only ladies watching men watching ladies, and the only time you want to touch my hair and you loving on me is
When you
after
done
you
had a
look,
drink
smoke
or
a little
something.
bit and you drinking or something. Then you sit back and you watch. Are you that touchy feeling when you not drinking and stuff? Like, and then you need to address that. You need to say, do you know this? Or what, are you really attracted?
What part is a turn off, Ray? Just only want to touch you when they done had
and stuff like that. But you know, 'cause for one, I don't want to be smelling all that on my body. You know, I'm smelling good and sexy and stuff.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I'm going there and take a
But
shower.
but that's a real challenge because society has taught us that in order for us to be intimate, even as husband and wife, that we should have a glass of wine or a glass of champagne. Or in the hood, you know, pull off a joint or a toot or something. You know, you don't have to do that. I had to learn with my husband in my early stages to get away from that, especially when I began to go to church.
Or you got to watch porn.
And it's like withdrawal.
Yeah, you
It's
got to
like
watch porn.
You know what? And that is true. A lot of people cannot have a relationship with one another unless they're watching porn or something like that. And when you begin to change your lifestyle away from that, it's actually withdrawal.
And that is not foreplay, y'all, for the record.
It's
foreplay is non-penetration intimacy. So that could be feeding one another, taking the bath, brushing your hair, putting lotion on, conversation. Yeah, like just all kind of just non-final.
But you know what? Lisa just said something that was so true. For me, and I'm going to say my husband, the thing that I learned that was best for me is when the conversation.
Yes.
Man, that conversation.
You got conversation.
Oh, Joy, please don't.
What Joy said?
Oh, my God.
No, let her say what you want to say.
Joy said, don't talk about who's in Marvin's inbox. You better not be.
She might leave you alone.
Marvin said, women give their look at the club in this tip drill time.
That's if you fall for it.
Well, that might be what you want.
No, that might be all he knows.
Well,
he said at the club.
So intelligent, yet so stupid. Facts, I know people who does that. I ain't saying no names.
Does what?
The
club.
Do what, Marvin?
Be specific.
Because you know I take it there. Joy said, I'm just playing. Thank you, little sister. That's my little sister Marvin. Don't need friend requests or nothing.
You don't know. She might be the one for him. He might be the one for her.
He think Victoria's something.
Well, that is true.
Joy
is her Victoria.
Oh, my God. On the whole.
At least we warn you about the women in our family.
He gonna be in her inbox. Evangelist Baby said tenderness is key.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Hi,
it is.
Cynthia. That's another one of my cousins.
Okay.
And he's laughing at pornography. Marvin.
No, pornography will get you in trouble.
Yeah.
Because first of all, you got to understand when you viewing pornography and you with the other person, you're probably not even thinking about them. You're thinking about what was just in your eyesight.
All that and none of your business how I know this, but in a lot of those pornography videos, they really not even having penetration. It's all active. And a lot of the pornography that people think they just banging it out and she just hollering. There is no penetration.
You know what? It seems like how this world how this times and changed, you know, and the world and changed and we done grew older. It seems like people want something like it anymore.
But you know what? What we have to realize is that there's a generation behind us. And they think like we did or worse than we did. Because sometimes we don't take conversations like this to them. To teach them, you know, like I noticed with a lot of the generations, You know, when my mama's generation, even when we were coming up, there was a little romance, there was a little serenading.
Yeah.
Now that is gone out the
nothing.
window. There's really no intimacy. You know, Carly B. Carly B. be saying some wretched, raw stuff.
Yes,
And guess what? That's how the young people,
And
some of
it's
them are
real,
getting down.
man.
And I have had to talk to some of my nephews. I had to tell a couple of my nephews when I took them out to eat somewhere, I would say, now, when you go on a date with a girl, you take her to a place like this. You know, because some people have not taken the time to teach the young people how to really court. You know, dating is not, you know, dating has two different things. You want to date Mr. That means that you want to hit wham, bam, and pay me. But the dating that I'm talking about is where you go to dinner and you get to know one another. There's no
Talk
kissing,
about stuff.
there's no hugging,
touching
you know.
and all of that.
Just communication.
Everybody go to their own house at night, you know.
Yeah.
Talk later.
Talk on the phone.
Yeah.
No phone sex.
Yeah. Oh, shit. that really don't. Well, I be like, what? Man, touch yourself. I'm like, okay. I'm like,
That's that prison stuff. It's a lot of prison phone sex that go on.
Yeah, and I guess that's why I said, because I'm in a different environment now,
Yeah.
and I'm seeing.
And mentally you're in a different place.
Yeah, and I'm seeing how some of these young people doing their girlfriends, and I'm like, man, this is so romantic. You know, they just, like, this because I've been hanging with white people.
Yeah. Well, it's
But
different
it's
for
different,
different groups
yeah.
of people.
Yeah.
I would say that.
And upbringing.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah.
exposure.
Yeah. And you know, and it's like have a date night. Make just a time, just to have a date night. You know, once
You know
a week.
what? And that is so true. And people say, well, what about the children in the way? That's why sex is not everything. Like, for instance, if you see some of my Facebook page, but I think it was last Saturday, I and my husband were date night out there in the backyard with our grandchildren in the fire pit.
Yes. And the
That's
dog.
Like
And the dog.
See, that,
They had s'mores, but we had marshmallow all over her hands.
And her rubber on her shoes was burned up. We sit up and we smell rubber. One of my grandbabies said, "Booby, look at your shoe." So it was just funny. So there's so many things. Get innovative. Get different. And if you do something different and you learn something different, then you will feel different.
Yes.
You begin to think different. You get creative. Like I said, why look for a man to, you know, if you want some roses or go and choose a big bouquet of roses. If you don't know how to do it, get online. Order yourself some roses or a particular bouquet of flowers and have them sent to yourself and say, "I love you."
Yes.
Then you begin to set a standard. And then when a man asks you, well, what type of flowers do you like? Don't just say, "I like roses." There are other types of flowers.
Oh, my favorite flower is a lily.
Oh, like the tiger lily. You know, so many variations of tiger lily. I like roses too. You know what? One day, out of the blue, and ladies, listen, my husband showed up on the job and he bought me a big, beautiful daisy. I mean, I was looking at him like,
like what you do.
Mm-hmm.
But
and I was like, what you do, because that's what I had heard other people say when they bring you flowers, they must be doing something. But he heard what I had been saying, and when he acted on it, I almost messed it up.
Granddaddy! We need Granddaddy on Kickin Tha Breezz.
Granddaddy be done told on me like he did at the church. He told everything on me in church.
Marriage ministry month we ever had.
Oh my God.
Let me read some comments, y'all. Marvin said, please don't talk Victoria up.
She's already, okay, she's going to be on your trail.
Okay, Joyce said, stay out of the club, Marvin. Marvin said, I know people who watch pornography. I ain't saying no names. We know who he's talking about. Marvin said, or do I need to say that? Don't say her name. Joyce
She's
said,
sold on YouTube.
Right. Joyce said, I know it wasn't me. I'm too much for the club. But what y'all say about phone sex?
Leave the phone sex alone. You don't even have to do that. Learn to have a conversation without the element of touch yourself. Let me hear how you breathe.
Evangelist Baby. Yes, ma'am.
What she said?
Whatever happened to dating? If I feed you, you owe me.
Oh, girl, that's so romantic.
They need to
Wash
stop
your hands,
being
though.
in a hurry.
Yeah.
Give that man some what? Joy. You joy. Oh, here she go. Victoria. Victoria. Baby, I've been in here fighting for our salvation. In the Lord, Victoria.
Victoria,
He
you better
said-
be nice.
No, she is. She
Okay.
said, see, I be minding my business. Yes, you do, Victoria. Whoever called you told you get on here, God bless them.
Probably hug a booby.
Joy said, Trina told me it was necessary. No, it's not.
No.
Do not be listening to Trina. She don't be doing half the stuff she be telling people to. Marvin said, when granddaddy come, my daddy come on their heavy dentist. What?
Boy, I tell you, I'm gonna have guns loaded, cause I'm gonna tell you, they call my husband granddaddy, okay? But I have to have him granddaddy. But let me tell you what she's talking about. We had a marriage ministry month, and JR, the chairman of our deacon board, is over marriage ministry month. So he asked my husband and I to give some information about marriage. Boy, they videotaped that boy.
T-E-A,
But what I did that was unique,
Go on the claim
I
on
did
page.
a PowerPoint for my husband, and I used the movie, the song Superfly. Because if you listen to that song, Superfly, it talks about he was a man of means, but he didn't know what to do. Mm-hmm. And that was my husband. He had all these means, but we weren't saved. So I could use that. I like that music. I mean, it was just us. And so then I put the pictures of my children and everything, and my grandchildren, remember that? But the real pimp was me at the end. Okay, that hat and that feather.
Yeah.
Because you know what? The pimp make it happen. Yeah,
She
baby.
was qualified because he later told how she shot him in the butt.
I didn't shoot him.
I mean,
I
she
stabbed
stabbed
him.
him in the butt.
But he made me do that. I'm like them men there, I'm defending my case. He made me do
So
it.
did he take your hand and go, ugh? And
Pretty
I'm gonna
much.
tell this to people years
Pretty
from
much.
now.
And he just started telling me, and then on me, and the church was just falling out because he was telling stuff on me. And I said something. He said, I didn't know you was like that either.
We fell out. It was so funny. Marvin said nobody told her to jump on, tell her to mind her business.
You
Victoria.
just like Victoria.
Oh, there she goes. She right there. That's
been
my
waiting.
girl. She said my spirit sensed.
Victoria!
That my name was getting brought up by a man that think women are slaves. But hey, family. Who's Victoria? Victoria, my girl. Girl, Victoria. We in the White House. You say whatever you want to say. You gonna do it anyway. But you gonna say whatever you want to say to that man who think women are slaves. Joy says, Superfly, ooh, you make me do the butterfly. Marvin, you can't say that to her.
What are you saying?
He said, tell Victoria to shut the hell up.
Marvin, one time you was into Victoria. What happened that
He's
made you
still
go
in.
sour? You know, that's a sour man. Don't
She
talk
let
to
him
her
know.
like that.
She let him know that she wasn't hungry.
Well, that too. And you
That
have
you
to
have to
realize, I
chase
keep
it.
trying to tell people something run in the blood in my family, okay? You know, that's my niece. She can't help herself. She act like her auntie, but a little unorthodox. I'm older, so a little seasoned. She's learning to be seasoned. So be nice
Why
with
are you
her.
just attacking her?
What is he? That's a little boy that's pulling your ponytail and hitting at you because he likes
And
you.
you supposed to kick him in his balls.
No, don't do that, Victoria. Be a
Yeah, be
lady.
nice and
Loud
kind.
and obnoxious.
Be
That's what he
sweet to him.
said.
Is that Bridget Ross on that?
Yeah.
What's that?
That's who that is.
Hey, Bridget!
Bridget!
Marvin is on here acting up. Now, Marvin, Bridget finna see another side of you. That's the woman you saw today.
Marvin
So,
said,
put on your best
No.
behavior.
Victoria said, Marvin, it's okay if you have a thing for me and can't handle a strong, black, open-minded woman.
Mm.
Yes, ma'am.
And what's going on? What did Marvin say? What's
Oh,
the next
gosh. She
Hey,
watches
Bridget.
porn too darn much. Bridget said yes. Then she said, hey, beautiful ladies.
Hey,
Bridget.
you know what? Maybe some women do watch porn too much, but most of the time, sometimes that porn was introduced by a man.
True.
Uh-huh. But women break away from the porn. Be your own porn.
Yeah, be your own.
Because, you know, they can't do what you do. You can't do what they do. You know, don't try to be like nobody
She
else.
is not telling you to pleasure yourself.
No, I'm not
What
saying
she's
that.
saying is when you, at the end of the night, after you done cleaned up after your dinner, done did everything, take you a good bath and put you on something beautiful and sexy
Cologne.
and smell
Some
good and
oils
some
or
lotion.
something. Go to
And
sleep
tie your
like
hair
that.
up and get in the bed with some clean bed sheets. Right.
Yeah.
I do
Say
that.
a prayer.
Yeah, I do it.
That is self-intimacy.
Yes,
It
Yes,
is.
ma'am.
And not touching yourself for nothing like that.
Oh, wait.
What?
It's going left field in here. What is happening? Joy said, pull my ponytail if you want to.
Joy, behave yourself.
Bridget said, absolutely. I don't know where you are in the conversation, Bridget, but I don't think you talking about what Joy talking about.
No, Bridget, no.
Victoria said, Marvin, I don't watch porn, the lies that are coming out of your nasty mouth. Marvin said, I don't intimidate my daughter with your loud self as spoken to me by my baby girl. Oh, joy.
What she say?
Hmm.
What she say?
I can't watch it, but I can make it.
Bridget said, yes, it is.
So I think Bridget is talking about this self-care.
Yeah.
We got a lot of mixed conversation.
Bridget, now they're talking about porn.
Yeah, they talking about
They
They
talking
talking
about
about
porn,
porn.
yeah.
Well, I'm
So-
talking about porn too.
Yeah.
I think porn is dangerous.
So can we
Yeah,
give can we give some house rules? Some of y'all we give a pass to because we got a different kind of love. But all those who are new to the Kickin Tha Breezz family, understand that please do not give us no 2 and 3 word comments.
Yeah.
We are flowing in conversation, so please make sure we understand what you're saying, because if not, we're
interpret
gonna
our
make
way
it
and make you
what we
a
want
villain.
it to be, and that's just real. But we'll get
Amanda mostly does that.
I
and
do.
then Red does that.
I specialize in it.
See?
Oh my God. Mama said, I mean Victoria. Joy said porn is dangerous.
It is. It is.
But yeah, she want to make it.
Don't you be criticizing her. Let her talk.
You know what?
You know what,
You know what?
Joy,
I
I'm
ain't
going to tell
criticizing
you a
her.
secret. I'm going to tell you a secret. Since this is Kickin Tha Breezz and it's keeping it real, at some point in time in our life,
Yeah.
before we got to this point, and I speak for myself, I thought about porn, okay? If you ever took a picture where you didn't have any clothes on exposing
That's
yourself,
porn.
that was a form of porn. See,
Yeah.
you shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free.
Oh, I thought
I'm
you was
not
gonna
that
say
person
something else.
anymore. Some of us, I ain't talking about if you just did personal porn, it was porn.
Yeah.
Porn is porn. It's not
I might not want to
necessarily.
take that.
Jesus. Thank God for
Since
deliverance.
we
Okay?
confessing out here.
Yeah, if we have to keep it real. So
Really want.
and that's how people change their lives when they say,
When you hear
"Oh,
something.
I don't have to feel so bad. Jesus
Nah,
died for
yeah.
me that my sins can be
Yeah.
forgiven. I've been guilty of this," and that way you can show compassion on somebody else. That's why I have so much compassion, because I know what I've been delivered from.
It's okay.
It's going down.
Oh yeah. Between Joy, Marvin, and Victoria.
There's some young ones on there,
Yes.
y'all. What
These
they
are
say?
the, well,
Those are the young ones.
Victoria said, Pastor, I came on here to see your lovely face
Thank you, love.
and
What?
trying to understand why I haven't heard from you. Oh.
Call me. You know where I live.
Then Marvin says, tell Victoria to go to work.
You know how to call Victoria. You got her number.
Joy said, I'm with her on this when she said she came to see your lovely face.
Thank you, Joy.
Marvin said, don't let Victoria come on. You will lose ratings.
No, Victoria will raise the ratings.
Victoria said, I've been off work, Marvin. Just say you miss me and call me when you don't have to say things like that to get my attention.
That's how you do it,
Oh,
Call me, baby.
Victoria.
Then on the phone say, you know my number. That's how you talk to
Okay.
Victoria.
Ooh.
And then he started blushing.
Victoria, you are so mature because that is not me.
That
I
is
am,
smooth.
I am
That was
mean.
smooth.
Joy said, Joy,
Repeat what she said.
no. No,
everybody can read it, so repeat it.
That is true. Joyce said, "Yep, I was a porn star, but then I wanted to save the best in private so that I can have something special and not used up." Oh, you sound like mama.
You know what, baby? That's a good point. And see, she's confessing that she did something that she should not have been doing. But then you learn, you know, like you said, save yourself, take back some things about yourself.
Yeah,
like I said, we've been young and we have done some things. The scripture said I was once young, but now I'm old. Whoa. Stop right there. I was once young. When I was a child, I thought as a child. Okay. I acted like a child. But when I became a man or a woman, I put away foolish things.
You better write them
things that were not so good for me. Because I done lived it. I done lived it. I have done some stuff. A lot of pastors won't tell on themselves. I tell you to a degree about myself, and I'm not ashamed of it because the word of God says, when he who is set free is free indeed. I'm free. That's what I used to do. And I'm telling you some of the steps that got me to the point to where I am now. I don't get mad at people like I used to. I still have anger issues sometimes, but I keep it under control. Yeah. You ain't gonna see me out in the street cussing and acting a fool like you would have when I was younger. But that don't mean I won't come around the corner on you. Yeah. Now, I have to say that for them to think they can do something and get away with it, because I ain't the one.
Marvin and Victoria, this offer still stands on the table. I will pay for y'all date if y'all go on a date. Marvin said,
I'm scared to send them on a date.
Look, I'll be on the other side right. Marvin said, I ain't saying that. Get your life, Victoria. You must miss me. It sounds like y'all miss each other.
It does. Marvin and they said, so in love, they ain't never even met one.
Wow, that's gonna be amazing.
Marvin said, hell no.
Yes, so.
Victoria said, thanks, y'all. I am trying. Yes, you are.
You are proud of you.
Victoria, girl, you from 12. I know what you about.
That Woodruff blood.
Okay, for sure. Joyce said, now they got WAP and I'm a changed woman. Praise God for my little sister. This is my baby sister, y'all.
Yeah.
She ain't no joke. I mean, for real. She ain't no joke.
Minnie used to be Amanda.
Man, sometimes I be sad because when I was like 19, 20, 21, that's when like she hung with me a lot and I was just wicked. Like I was crazy.
But you're a better example for her now. You're her big sister, and she knows the change, and so she has something to guide her.
I hope.
I
hope, because she is me at 20.
Girl.
Baby, this girl. Marvin, stop trying to put on the show, Victoria. It's only one show, which is me, Mr. 21 Reasons, boo. Hey!
Look at him. He's throwing them shots out there. He says he's 21 Reasons. Ooh.
Victoria said,
make him name him.
And she ain't the one, because I will come see about y'all for her.
Oh, my baby said she coming to stand in the gap for her auntie.
My
you ain't got to.
It's silly.
What
my
you
sister
say?
Said, y'all better go, it's free. So I
see, Joyce, stop
okay,
it.
Joyce said, amen. And then Joyce said, she had a demon. She would beat me several times daily. Just joking. Girl, you better tell him I beat you. He lied.
She's trying to keep you pure, holy.
Oh, my God.
Y'all, it's coming to that time. And we have enjoyed ourselves. And Lisa, we want to say thank you for being such a great host.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Great is the understatement.
It really is.
For real. Like, you are so welcoming. Your atmosphere is so, comfortable, anointed. We not scared to go to the bathroom. I ain't scared to open the refrigerator. I'm drinking out a real glass. Like, we just appreciate. We
do.
We gotta do it again.
Okay.
Girl, you know you will.
Yeah, you did. Oh, yeah, since you're a masseuse, too. So I'm going to have to come up and get some massages. Don't have no hidden cameras, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, we're gonna show you how a serving. That's what I do.
See? She's going to be massaging me with the... Look at...
With this hemp lotion.
She said with some hemp lotion.
I'm doing it too.
Okay.
Y'all both be like it.
Honey, he on here rebuking Victoria.
Victoria said, "Big boy, you know the number." She said,
Oh,
"Call."
Joy, we love you too. Love y'all. Truly wonderful. Like every time, just amazingly phenomenal ladies.
Thank you.
Aw.
Thank
I
you.
enjoyed myself. I know I had a ball.
Thank
And
you.
thank you, Miss Judy. Thank you, Amanda.
You're
I
so welcome.
appreciate y'all.
And you
Thank
know
you.
what? Look for Kickin the Breezz next week. We'll be at a unknown destination. Bye-bye.
Bye. And please subscribe to Miss Judy's
Hey, Miss Judy.
Hey, Miss Judy's
YouTube page.
page.
And comment on. Say what you want to say.
Bye,
You gotta show me
y'all.
how to do that.